While Hastings High School wraps up its first semester, students and staff have a lot to be proud of. Coming up, NISA state testing, good teachers, fall plays, social studies class changes, a sports special, and library activities. Stay tuned to catch up on what's new at Hastings High.
Last May, all seniors took the mandated NISA test just like they do every year, but this time was special with the seniors getting an all-time high score. Preparing for the NISA writing assessment is not as basic as putting a prompt in front of a student and expecting them to do well. English teachers build their classes around educating and informing students on how to build the best possible essay. The English department worked together to try to improve our school's capability in this assessment. 3 main things were implemented: standard writing tools, practice writing assessments, and articles of the week. English Department Liaison Delta Fajardo stated, "The English Department standardized the way we grade essays written for practice by the students. All practice writing pieces, like articles of the week and practice writing assessments, are graded the same for each grade. This gives students and teachers an idea on improvement and what needs to be focused on in the classroom. From the testing results of 2013-2014 to the results of 2014-2015, we showed an average increase of 1.7% out of the 4 categories of ideas in content, organization, voice, word choice, sentence fluency, and grammar. The English department hopes to see in the coming years a significant improvement in all grades on the assessment." Fajardo said 1.7% is a huge increase over 1 year and should improve majorly in the following years.
HHS gained a new weight room this year after an $80,000 grant.
Over the summer of 2015, Hastings High set aside money for a complete overhaul of the weight room.
A lot of nice new equipment, so it's kind of top quality, I guess. It's easy to use the machines, kind of go through your lifts.
The new weight room introduced revolutionary all-in-one racks.
I think that's the only way to go. You get a lot of things done in the weight room, and it's very efficient, very organized in there. Everybody has their own space to lift, so those are definitely the way to go.
I like them and I don't like them. I like them because everything's already there, but then they're kind of cluttered, it feels like, and you have to cram all this stuff in one area, but other than that, they're really nice.
Is the money spent worth it, though?
I think it's benefited us a great deal. You know, we had a great summer with the kids, and you know, we had some pretty good attendance in there. The kids that came in really showed some improvement, and that's what you want. You want to make sure that our classes have gone well. The kids have really enjoyed having that facility.
I think it's going to be stronger for wrestling and maybe put a little bit of body weight and muscle, and it's been pretty good so far, just conditioning and whatnot.
Now we'll turn it over to our 2 sports anchors, Michael Collicott and Cade Adler.
And welcome to our first Hastings High sports segment of the year. I'm Cade Adler.
And I'm Michael Collicott. So many things have happened already this year in Tiger sports.
The fall season ended very well for all athletes out for a fall sport.
The football team made a strong showing this fall despite all their adversity with the incoming changes that were made. They finished with a record of 3-6.
The softball team had another great season with an overall record of 26-10. They also made it back to the Class B state championship tournament.
Libby Apple also broke a home run record with a total of 26 home runs over her Tiger career.
Boys tennis also had a good year with both the number 1 and 2 in singles and doubles making it to the second round of the state tournament.
Girls volleyball had a great season ending with a record of 10-24, picking up at the end of the season, making it back to sub-state game, where they fell one win short of making it to the state tournament. Girls golf also had a strong season. They had one golfer qualify for state, Anna Cafferty tied for 18th at state.
As fall sports come to an end, we look to winter sports to see how they will do.
The Tiger basketball season kicked off for both boys and girls in Seward on December 3rd. The boys had a strong start with a 60-45 win over the Blue Jays. The girls struggled a bit in the season opener with a 59-29 loss. Both teams would pick right back up the next day with the opener against Crete. The girls fought hard, coming up just short with a 45-46 loss. The boys would scratch and claw against the Crete and would lose 42-27.
Wrestling started off their season with a tough Kearney invite. The team had 2 individual winners, Connor Laux at 120 and Deshaun Dixon at 145. They also had a duel December 10th against Columbus, losing 24-48.
Swimming and diving began their season with a double duel against Kearney and Grand Island. The competition was tough. Both boys and girls lost the duels. They then followed with a Tiger invite where the boys were 5th and the girls took 3rd.
This wraps up this segment of Tiger Sports. We hope to see you out supporting the young athletes.
Be sure to check out the next episode of Tiger Sports and always remember, go Tigers.
Hastings High sent a total of 13 singers to All-State Choir. On August 19th, 20th, and 21st, students from HHS Chamber Choir attended Nebraska All-State Honor Choir. 14 students attended All-State. There were 11 seniors, including Kenzie Carson, Erica Thompson, Grace Husky, Macy Clausen, Julia McConnell, Sydney Kenny, Hoi Vu, Morgan Karloff, Carlos Guerrero, Sam Reimer, and Yannick Loden. There was one junior, Grace Clausen, and 2 sophomores, Andrew Molesker and Anna Johnson. Choir director Tim Kennedy said this was the most students he has ever had attend All-State. Students in choir began practicing the All-State music in September, then auditioned in October. The only challenge was learning all the music without an accompanist. Senior Grace Husky said learning the music a cappella was challenging, but she felt they did really well in spite of it. All-State is something many students work hard for. It is something that only happens once a year. All-Staters like sophomore Anna Johnson felt the experience was the best ever and she was surrounded by talented people. She also really liked the music. All-State may be something students look forward to, but it is also a very time-consuming event. Sophomore Andrew Molesker felt it was crowded and they were too busy without enough downtime. All-State may be a challenge, but it is totally worthwhile. Husky said singing with 400 of the best singers in the state was an indescribable experience. Making All-State is proof that students can achieve the things they strive for. A new era is beginning at HHS. For the past 4 years, Hastings High's lunch has been provided by Lunchtime Solutions. This company provides healthy food options to students, like unlimited fresh fruits and vegetables, which are included with every student lunch on a self-served food bar. This is stocked daily with the most popular fruits and vegetables with kids, and with some new varieties to try. Inside the lunchroom, there were 2 different lines which offered the same meals. Outside the lunchroom was the Cruisin' Cafe, where the students had options different than those offered inside. Every day was something different, but each week it was the same rotation of food. Every other Friday, students also had the option of Pizza Hut pizza. But things are about to change. Lunchtime Solutions is revamping their lunchtime program. The salad bar will still be the same, offering varying fruits and vegetables, but there will no longer be 2 long lines for the same food. When second semester begins, the lunchroom will have 5 different stations. We are changing from a line layout to a station layout. We will have 5 different stations that students can choose from. The best part is everything will cost the same. We are changing from a line layout to a station layout. We will have 5 different stations that students can choose from. The best part is everything will still cost the same. Area Manager Susan Gracie said.
There will be a homemade pizza station where students can pick a type of pizza like cheese, pepperoni, or even barbecue chicken pizza. A sub-sandwich station will be available with a topping area. Students will be able to choose what they want on their sandwich. This station will also include a wrap and salads. Everyone loves a good home-style meal. Well, now there can be a home-style station with casseroles, hot dishes, and other traditional hot dishes. A grill station will be there for students to choose from. At their station, there will be cheeseburgers, chicken sandwiches, hot dogs, and other a la carte items. The last station will be a rotating station. This station will have something different each day: a potato bar with different toppings available, a wing bar with different sauces, a Hispanic bar with Oriental foods, and a pasta bar with different types of pasta and sauce. Hastings High is our test school. We are going to see how it works here. If it is successful, then we will implement this new layout for 4 years and take it to other schools, Gracie said. This new layout will begin the second semester. Students are encouraged to come and try out the new foods. If there is something students would like changed, Lunchtime Solutions is open to suggestions.
Now a word from our sponsors.
Hey Alex, are you buying a yearbook?
You buy a yearbook when you have Facebook.
Well, you can cry me a river. I cried a river over you.
Now we'll turn it over to our shoe scientist, Garrett Beard, for shoe science.
Hi, I'm Garrett Beard, and welcome to this episode of Shoe Science. Up first, we have a pair of Adidas Sealeys. Olivia Nicolarsson keeps these kicks clean. Just like any other canvas shoe, they look great for casual wear and can also add that staple look to your newest outfit. I do believe these are either limited edition or extremely rare, as I could not find another pair like them across the entire internet. The multicolor wood grain pattern is something I've yet to see anywhere else. We're going to roll out another unique pair of canvas shoes thanks to Bailey Gragg. These may look like your basic slip-on Vans with a checkered pattern, but what you can't see is that they glow in the dark. Obviously, I can't take a picture of something in the dark, but I will say they look good in person. Even after owning this exact pair 4 years later, they still look mint. Now, if you aren't a fan of canvas shoes, hang in there, because Jocelyn Reyes has got the last pair. They happen to be an extraordinarily nice pair at that. You can't go wrong with gray shoes, they just match everything. Mix in a subtle chevron pattern and you've got yourself something that's unique, but isn't thrown in your face. Jordans are iconic for 2 things: their cost and their looks. Zane Bender's Retro 5s fall short in neither category. At their current price of $275, they may set you back a ways, but in my opinion, the cost is well worth it. A fresh pair of J's can take anyone from roach status to bruh, who dat. High tops aren't everyone's style though, so here's a pair of low-cut athletic boots, as the English might say. This specific pair would be the Nike Lunar MVP Pre-Game 2s. That's a mouthful. When Kate Adler isn't trying to swoon the ladies, these might be his go-to shoe for a comfortable fit and an athletic look. I'm not sure if this last pair counts as a shoe or a sock. It's Nike's idea of the best of both worlds. They gave their creation the name Flyknit. Misa Harris has chosen a pair of Freerun 5.0s with a 2014 multicolor finish. I didn't ask to wear his shoes, but I could bet they're pretty comfortable. You can never go wrong with a pair of Nikes, and I feel like that these particular ones would look great with either khakis or sweatpants alike. This has been the latest installment of Shoe Science, and I invite you to join me next time as I continue to hunt for the hottest kicks of HHS.
Reporter Tim Thies asks students, what makes a good teacher?
My favorite teacher is Mr. Scudler.
Mrs. Hedstrom.
The Spanish teacher, Miss Davis. Mrs. Carr.
Coach O.
I did do pretty well last year when I took her class.
He just teaches really well.
He is very fun. She's a fun teacher.
She's really energetic.
She gets involved with her students and she acts like she actually cares. She tries to make sure to bring out the best in you.
He interacts the best with his students. Really gets involved and helps me get my stuff done.
She didn't really let you not pay attention. Like, she kept you involved. She gets involved with the students' lives, make sure that students give them their best.
Calculus is a hard class.
Yeah, I'm usually not too good in English, but in her class I did really good.
He just really works with you more.
Did really well. Sorry. Did really well.
Our reporters Bailey Gregg and Louisa Borchardt hit the halls to ask some questions that are clearly not true. They had a plethora of false questions relating to pop culture, and HHS students had some great responses.
Hi, I'm Bailey Gregg here with
Riza,
and we are part of the Hastings High Live Witness News crew.
how do you feel about Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez getting married?
I'm happy for JB. Selena's a babe. I'm happy for them.
What do you think about Jay-Z building a church in the wild?
That'd be pretty awesome, actually.
What do you think about Taylor Swift running for governor of New York?
I think she'd be a good leader, but I don't think she's like really ready for it.
You think her music inspires people to like vote for her, or do you think she has true leadership capabilities?
I think she has true leadership capabilities, and I think partially because of her music. She's just like a really strong person. She's really devoted to her music, so I think she'd show devotion.
What do you think of Taylor Swift running for governor of New York?
I don't think she'll make it.
How do you feel about Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez getting married?
I don't really care. They can do what they want.
What do you mean?
It's their life, not mine. They want to marry, get married.
Lots of changes have been made to the Social Studies department, and many more changes are to come.
Big changes are coming to HHS next year regarding the Social Studies department. Classes are being switched around between grade levels, while some classes are being removed entirely.
One of the big changes that's happening is American history that used to be offered at the junior level is moving to the sophomore level. And then the Western Civ or World History course that I teach to sophomores is moving down to the 9th grade level. Integrated Western Civ won't exist anymore, but World History will be taught to 9th graders, and American History will move to the 10th grade then.
The Social Studies department is making these changes and adding new classes to make up for the lack of choice. Ensuring everyone has better options to fill the requirement to graduate is a goal of this change. Another goal is to encourage seniors to take more than the bare minimum of classes.
So I'm going to teach a Nebraska history course. That's one semester. I'll also teach second semester a course on kind of current affairs in the world. So kind of an international relations sort of a course, what's going on in different hot spots around the world. Trying to think of Mr. Laux will teach a geography course kind of at the senior level, I think. So we're kind of getting rid of it at the 9th grade level, but bringing it back as an option to seniors.
Other classes being added include ones about the struggle for civil rights across the globe, world cultures, and great architectural feats throughout history. Reporting for the Tiger Cub Online, I'm Riley Nelson.
Do you enjoy books? Audio, hardcover, paperback, PDF, electronic? Well, the Hastings High Library is giving away free books. There is an organization that gives books to high schools, but sometimes they send too many of the same book. Librarian Faye Friesen said they were given 220 copies of Divergent, and they can't put that many copies into circulation, so they must give them away. There are several hundred copies of Divergent, The Demigod Diaries, and The Throne of Fire. Students can go to the library and pick out 2 books. Anyone is welcome to books as well, because everything must go. The new Star Wars movie comes out this week, and the library just might be the place to be. The library will be the central hub for all things Star Wars. Friesen is putting up Star Wars movie posters and figurines and will offer a Lego Star Wars ships for auction. But wait, there's more. Students can go to the library and register to win tickets to the new Star Wars movie that comes out on Thursday. While there, students might want to turn in their overdue library book. Any student that turns in their overdue library book gets a prize. Wednesday and Thursday of finals week, the library will be screening all the Star Wars movies. Friesen said the events will be awesome and can't wait for students to see what all is planned.
The theater and music programs this year had trouble finding a pianist. Our reporters got the scoop.
In the beginning of the school year, the music department was missing one huge factor, an accompanist. Not having an accompanist caused a tremendous amount of stress for the music department, especially for the choir director, Tim Kennedy. Kennedy not only directs the music, but played the music. Luckily, Kennedy got to relax a little during class and concerts from the help of one of the school's foreign exchange students, Yannick Loden. Loden is from Germany and is a very talented piano player and pitches in needed times.
I really do enjoy it because while playing piano is what I love to do, and as I mentioned earlier, it's a lot of fun to work with other people.
Not having an accompanist affected the theater department as well too. This problem worried theater teacher Katie Funky.
Mostly my concerns were for the music department. Not having somebody in that academic position and missing a staff member in a classroom was a big worry to me. Because while a cappella music is fun and has its place in music education, it's really difficult, especially for younger music students. That's asking a lot of the singers, and that's asking Mr. Kennedy to do 2 jobs, which he was doing. And so I was worried about not doing a musical, but the biggest thing I was worried about was that you guys were not getting a well-rounded music education in your choir classes.
Luckily, toward the end of the first semester, the school finally found an accompanist. Kennedy and the students are extremely thrilled to have the school's previous accompanist, Mindy, back. Mindy is happy to be back doing something she loves. Having an accompanist benefits the music and theater department.
It's a super fun thing to do when you're in high school, and you learn so much about music, about performance. You get to do dance and singing in that capacity or something, are things that we only get to do every other year. And so for a whole group of kids to go through and only get to do that once made me very sad. And it was causing me a lot of stress trying to figure out how to make that work and still have kids have a good experience. And so I'm very glad that you guys get to have that experience this year.
Having an accompanist back benefits the music and theater department. Now the theater department can keep the musical in session this upcoming spring, and the music department can finally get back in routine.
Despite having trouble finding a pianist, the theater department put on a fantastic play this fall, 12 Angry Jurors.
No curtains went up, no big stage was filled with props, but the same opening night jitters were there. The school play, 12 Angry Jurors, was Friday, November 6th through 8th. It was a great start to a 3-day play where the actors will perform the exact same play 3 days in a row. The play is actually titled 12 Angry Men, but the title was adjusted to 12 Angry Jurors. Since we have more ladies in the theater department, Mrs. Funky wanted to change the title to 12 Angry Jurors, Armando Bautista said. There were other big changes as well. Instead of the play being at the school auditorium, it was at Scott Studio Theater on the Hastings College campus. The theater is a box theater, meaning that there are seats all around the stage and it is a much more intimate setting. The audience is right next to the actors. We have been wanting to do the play here since May of last year. It really suits the play, and our hope was that the people actually felt like they were in the room when it was happening, Director Katie Funky said. It's a totally different experience for the actors and the audience, and for me as the director, to direct in a thrust which we call People on 3 Sides. It was really just a new experience for everybody, Funky said. The crowd had some different effects to the cast members. It freaked me out pretty bad, but in a good way. I'm used to having the audience far enough away that I can't see them at all. It was, at first, a little hard to focus when there were people 2 feet from me, but once I got into it, I forgot they were even there, Senior Annie Davis said. There were other people involved in the play rather than just the actors. Senior Emily Blunk was the stage manager for the production. We basically all have headsets, and it's me, the stage director, the light board operator, and the soundboard operator. Basically what I do is when it's time to turn the lights on, I say, stand by cue. Whatever the cue number the light is going to, and then when it's time, I say, cue number go. And the lights turn off, Block said. The play is about a boy on trial for killing his father with a pocket knife. The jurors go into the room thinking that the boy is guilty without any doubt, so they take a vote if he is or not. There is only one person who thinks they should at least put some time into thinking whether or not he is guilty. They spend quite some time in the room deciding. The play had audience members and actors alike thinking about right and wrong, prejudices, and patience.
Thanks for joining us in our first semester broadcast. Remember to check out the TigerCubOnline.org and follow @TigerCubNews on Twitter and Instagram for all the news at Hastings High.